There's a variety of species from both on and off-world to admire.
Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking round. Plenty? Yeah. I've been trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to old Trummer. Corpse sec gone, and the auto defense is offline. It's only a matter of time before the ferals come calling. Watch your back, is all I'm saying. It's a bloody bot fest is what it is. The AGI's no longer around to keep watch over the local data net. Everyone and their cousins hacking into the bots, causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem. I never liked those things. Way too many complex circuits interacting with substandard coding for my taste. It's quite simple, really. The liquid quicks used to be the big baddies round here, led by a guy named Trenning. He and Poon are cozy from what I hear. I bet Poon's pockets are getting lined. But can I prove it? Of course not. Quicks were never friendly with the Turbo Vipers. Now with CorpSec gone, the Vipers suddenly decided to grab some territory. It's an all-out turf war out there. And I'm happy staying right here. Don't be fooled by their brush suits and posh manners. The originals just as soon kill you as look at you. There really ain't much separating them from the Quicks and the Vipers. Except maybe they got more creds to their names. And some fancy rules governing how they fuck the indents over. Bloody backstabbers and stimmed up flatliners, a lot of them. Stay away from the corporate grab teams, friend. Those are as professional as they come. Trained killers. Only the largest multi-corps can afford to keep them on a retainer. They use AGIs to grab property, needed for imprinting the property SI or some such. I make it a point not to fuck with anyone who has direct access to an AGI. Spooky things, if you ask me. Not natural. Yeah, I know things. I get around, but I'm gonna stay as far away from any CGT as I can. Rather mess with a nest of starved ferals. Good, eh? Which corps you wondering about? Well, you got the gangs, you got the Rojin, and then you got Onyx Void. That little outfit spans all of Velis, and all the commons too from what I hear. Probably the rest of the known galaxy. Don't fuck with them, and they won't fuck with you. Unless they got a contract for you or some such, and then you're fucked anyway. Better just hope they flatline you on the spot. I hear they like to use their targets for sport now and then. Indents, who try to justify their bollocks existence by worshipping the corporation that owns them. Sort of tragic, if you ask me. Then again, I never was one for clubs and groups and teams. More of a loner, me. There's a new influencer leading them, enthusiastic type. Not sure what they hope to accomplish now that the Ascent group's gone kaput. But to each their own, I guess. They're as corrupt as anyone, but at least they kept things somewhat under control round here. Can't say as I blame them for leaving their posts. I would too if I didn't get paid. CorpSec disintegrating, things are gonna get a lot worse round here before they get better. Good, eh? Old Trummer been around. Seen the signs. Yeah, there were a lot of shutdowns when the AGI went blank. Security doors and whatnot closing all over the place. It's an automated CorpSec measure. Divide and control, right? Except there's no one left in charge to divide or control nothing. Passages are starting to open up. The gangs are pulping and flatlining one another to see who's got the biggest knob. They're making a feral casserole of the security systems while they're at it. Dimtown set up their own security to cope. Now it's invites only. And probably going to stay that way for a while. There's many tales about that flooding as there are indents in the Warrens. Why haven't they drained that little puddle, you ask? And you wouldn't be the first. There's been plenty of attempts to clear Blackblade, but they've all been derailed in different ways. Sudden budget changes, sudden deaths, so on. Almost as if someone doesn't want the water gone from that place. Hab stacks are built in clusters, see? Each cluster's run by a stack boss. Supposed to be the one making sure services are running, and the Habs are, well, habitable. Us indents don't get much of a say in what stacks we live in. It's assigned on a needs basis, based on some SI outgo. The stack bosses decide in the end, so everybody kisses stack boss arse. Anything to get a few floors up, or get a functional rinser or whatever. Own runs cluster 13. He's a tight-fisted balloon wrinkle. Corrupt to the bone. But I have to admit, he does look after us. If only so he can fuck us over himself. A place for organics like you and me. Some call it the beating heart of the arcology, but there's nothing alive about that place. Just endless amounts of hydrogen-cooled bits and bytes. But D-Nexus is also where the bots and monos go to recharge. Unless you're made of silicon, there's nothing for you there, mate. Best stay away. Well, you got the deep stink at the bottom. You're well versed in that sector. Then you got us low-habbers scraping by in the warrens on the low levels. With the commercial zones, nodes and docks and stuff above us. Up at the very top, you got the glitzy pinnacle. Need more U-creds than we'd ever make in a lifetime. Just to get a glimpse of what it's like up there. The Ascent group board sits up there too. A foreign wankers. They got us into this mess. Plenty of things that look to kill you lurking around. You're looking for a bit of fun? Can't blame you. Well, the gamblers try their luck at the Speed Crust racetrack or the Golden Satori Casino. I get my fix in the cyberscape. Leveling up a new avatar as we speak. Gonna be a drone hunter. Then there's stims. Whatever works for you. Just don't touch anything made for jack-o'-lanterns. Unless you want to fuse every neuron in your brain into a solid block of stupid. I've got to say, mate, you don't look much like the gambling type. Or a stim fiend either, for that matter. Well, that's where we all get our news. If you can call it that, the corporate propaganda they pump out. I've always liked Abbott. Seems like a nice bloke. And I appreciate how he always puts a happy spin on things. Life as an indent's bollocks enough as it is. There's no need to make it worse by waddling in someone else's troubles. I hear Abbott's based right here in our ecology. It doesn't half seem to favour news from round here. Lots of people around who pissed someone off at one point or another. And I got a bounty for it. If you take one out, you can collect from the bartenders. If you bring proof, of course. Bounties are ranked. And the higher the rank, the better the pay. The bigger the chance you'll end up a bloody smear on the wall. I used to collect the occasional back in the day. But I gave up on that long ago. That's a young'un's game, that. Any licensed grafter can install your rogues. The good ones might even offer to sedate you before they bring out the knives and lasers. You got what it takes, they can even upgrade your existing systems. Fine-tune them in different ways. I make a point of seeing them regularly. It doesn't do to have outdated orgs when you rely on them for work. You got the U-creds to spend, you get all sorts of stuff. Guns, tack gear, cyberdecks and whatnot. Oh, and you can find vendors in the strangest of places. Some of them might have some really fancy wares too. If you need to update the nav grid on your imp, you just need to jack into any nav point you find. It'll cost you, but could be worth it. I never was a big spender. Saving up to buy back my contract. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw. Some interesting individuals in this here column. Send her to the bone, that one. I see her at the Ascender branch offices every once in a while, talking the usual bollocks about the greatness of the Ascent group. Don't contradict her, though. Don't want to end up on her shit list. Rumour has it she flatlined her own mate after discovering traces of a Malhorse Gelb skin salve in her rinser. Thought it an insult against the Ascent group. She's not the alpha feral of the bunch, though. The Ascender's got a new top influencer leading them. No name yet. And by all rights, they should have disbanded. But it's almost as if the Ascent group collapse only made them stronger. Strange. Look, I know you and Poon have got some sort of ongoing agreement, so I'd better keep me trap shut. I blabber too much anyway. Enough to say that I'd skin that scurvy jackal and use his prickly eye to wipe me arse with if I could get away with it. Yeah, we go out for a drink every now and then. Brush up on our mutual hatred. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer and all that. Good day.
Spend some U-creds and all this. Don't start anything.
Hey you, little guy. Yeah, that's right. Seen you around here. Maybe you can lend all Atticus a hand. Biz ain't been so great lately, but I'm thinking there might be a way we can turn that around. See, all these weaklings in here, they just don't have the time or the patience to really build out their physiques. Know what I mean? Pains me to say it, but gone are the days when you'd put in months, years to really pump yourself up. Build yourself out. Now, everyone wants instant results in, like, weeks. I've tried doing it old school here, but the clients just aren't having it. They want to get pumped, and they want it now. So I'm thinking, well, if the customer is always right, maybe a little chemical enhancement might just be the thing. So, would you mind fetching a little something for me? A little chemical booster. Awesome, bro, you're a lifesaver. I need to pick up this shipment of chemical enhancers for me. It's in the node. I'm sure you know the place. You can grab the goods from my contact over there. Bring everything back right away, and I'll cut you in on a nice little slice of the delivery.
What? What a specimen! You must help me. I'm on the verge of an enormous breakthrough, but I need assistance. My name is Dr. Humido. Perhaps you know of my work. No? Well, I am in need of a fearless indent. Is that you? Excellent! See, I specialize in germline bacteria modifications, but I'm having trouble growing my samples. This latest batch needs an abundance of humidity. So I will send you, someone used to a life of adventure. Place these petri dishes at the locations I've sent your imp. Off you go. Great things await.